of the 42 ideals of Ma'at. My mother is nature. My father is time. I am a Neski queen.
Okay, everyone, we are back. This is the fourth Thursday in January. I'm happy. Calendar New Year to everyone. It is me, your girl, Aneski. It is Thursday, January 23rd. This is season 2, episode 5 of the Be More Mindful podcast. And this is my first live stream of the year. I was on vacation. Shout out to little Zay Zay and the Dream Girls again for holding it down for me. It was an awesome show. Please, y'all, make sure y'all tap in. Y'all know my motto: invest in what you value. And if you don't invest in the future, then you don't value the future. So tap in with my people on the last episode, which aired January 9th. And so we're gonna bring y'all up to date here today with my guy Four-Way Bulls in the building. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell exactly what it is he does. As you all know, Be More Mindful podcast is an open forum that we discuss mental and social barriers and how to overcome those mental and social barriers through cultural arts and other entrepreneurship activities. So, Four-Way, take it away. Let them know what you do, and also let them know how you cope and deal with any mental and social barriers.
Okay. I'm Four-Way BULLZ, the done way from Baltimore. I'm a judge, a dog breeder. I'm a show host, and that's what I'm known for. Being in the dog game, everybody love me when I come to the show. We family oriental. My whole camp is built around family. It's family structure. And then behind the scenes, I'm also a football coach. I'm also a youth mentor. I have a youth mentoring program that I do for the younger youth men. Um, and I also do other events for people around me that got things going on, like networkers only and other events like that, to try to bring everybody together. Because all the time, the people that support you, they got ideas and things that they need to do. So opposed to me always wanting people to support my idea and do what I'm doing, I put them on the limelight so we can support what they got going on. My thing is we all win at one time. You feel me? If you win, I win. I win, you win. And as far as on the mental health program part, mental health reason is like in the dog world, that's my piece before anything. I love bonding with the dogs. I love every dog is differently. I have multiple dogs, so to be able to study the dogs, and then when you breeding the dogs, and you can see you took this attribute from this dog and mixed it in with this dog, that shit is amazing to me. You feel me? To see that shit, and it's like I did that, not nobody else. I took these different dogs and I mixed them up, and they came together, and it's the final product. And now I'm taking them to the shows, and people love what they see in front of them, and it's like I created that. You feel me? So that's my piece. When I'm out in front of the people, to see all these people smiling and laughing and having a good time, if it's because of me or it's not because of me, it's like all the stuff that's going on in the world, everybody got a reason to be sad. People lost reasons to be happy. So it's like, this is my piece. I love this. Like, I love this. So every chance I get, I go state to state to dog shows for that reason.
That's deep. I like that, and um, I like the way like you said, that's your piece. And also, what I found in that, just the fact that, like you're saying, you're dealing with an animal. Mostly I see you deal with pit bulls. Now we all know pit bulls, sort of like us in culture, get given a bad name and stereotyped a certain way. And so, from what I see when you're dealing with them, you actually give them a different aspect to look at. I see you when you hold. They look so majestic. They look very disciplined, well trained, and I mean, I just want to ask you. So, is dealing with an animal, is that something that causes you to be more empathetic in the way in the way that you pursue things in life? Because here, this is an animal. This animal doesn't speak English. It doesn't have the ability to communicate verbally with us. But you have to be able to tend to this animal's needs, and then also bring it in a way to be showed off through different shows, and get it to the point where it's viewed as being judged for prizes and things like that. So would you say dealing with another animal helps you be empathetic?
Yeah, it softens you up a little bit, depending on your reasoning of getting into it. Because at one time, I started out from fighting dogs from the pit bull era. So at that time, I was in gang banging. I'm on some other shit. So my dog's on some bullshit. But now I'm more involved with my kids. I'm more involved with myself, getting to know myself and where I want to be at in life. That feel me. So now when you know with the dogs and you doing with any animal, because I got a snake and a bearded dragon too. You feel me?
Mm,
Dealing with animal just like with people. If you're in the room, you can read the room. You feel
mm,
me? Tell if somebody going through something. You can tell somebody got something on their mind. They didn't talk to you. It's the same thing with the animals. Like being around them so much and dealing with them so much, I already know what's going on without them telling me. Yeah, you don't know 100% accurate, but when you
right.
hands with your animals and your dogs, it's like I know what my dog thinking. My dog know what I'm thinking. My dog, and this the other thing that I love about a dog, and you can't fake it. So if I don't really deal with you, I really don't fuck with you, but I'm around you and I can fake it and be like cool, but really I don't fuck. My dog not gonna fuck with you.
Mm,
I mean, my dog is not gonna fuck with you because it's gonna feel my air, and
right.
he or she gonna be on some shit with you. Period. So that's how me is a cheat code because I can tell you really don't fuck with me because if I come around you, your dog keep being on some bullshit with me. I know you really don't fuck with
Mm,
me.
mm,
I can
yeah.
communicate that aspect with the dogs. Yeah, they don't speak to you verbally, but just like you go into another country, they talk in a whole nother language. You feel me? We don't
Right.
understand. You know what I'm saying? Animals
Right.
just talk. It's just up to you if you got the time to really like understand that shit.
Yeah, no, that's deep. That's deep. You made me understand. Like it still leads into energy, understanding the ability of the power of energy and how it works. Even with the difference in having human and animals still is dead, and it's still interacts with each other. The same way, negative and positive. That's deep. That's deep. I like that. I like it. That's the way, man. That's like I like kicking off shows like that. I knew you was gonna have something to bring. That's some jewels for you out there for you animal lovers, dog lovers. Peep that. Peep when you stepping in the room. Be more mindful. You know what I'm saying? They can feel that energy too. So if you ain't right, they gonna know it. And that's the same with human beings. So you gotta make sure you check yourself and bring the right energy and to the right people. So that's the way I like to start this show. And that was a great introduction. And I definitely, like you said, when you brought in and saying that you work with a team and everybody's winning, that brings us to today's topic. So everyone knows that the topic is posted in the flyer week before. For those of you who didn't see it, go on and put it up for you guys. There it is. Take no losses. Today is just January 23rd, and as you can see, my guest four-way bulls is starting the intro off with everything I needed, which is putting you in a mindset of understanding energy. Even human and animals, they can understand that. Today's topic is take no losses. All right. And I got that from you guys know that when I'm dealing with certain things and that's where a lot of my show topics come from, and I was it coming into a new calendar, I was like, you know what? I'm not taking no losses. Everything that was in 2024 that didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, I'm not even gonna look at it as a loss. I'm gonna take it as a lesson. And so I ran into this quote by a gentleman named Morgan Wooten. And the quote is, you learn more from losing than winning. You learn how to keep going. And I'm going to repeat that one more time. You learn more from losing than winning. You learn how to keep going. And so, man, that topic was just so fitting, especially like you said, we go back some years, we go back and we know each other's history a little bit enough to know where each other's coming from, right? And it made me feel like it was just a great topic for you to speak on because coming from like you said, a lifestyle where you just was in your head doing things one way, and then you were able to turn that around, and make it a situation where you're definitely winning in a positive manner, and you bringing people into that and putting them on with that mindset and showing them that a change in your life can bring about positivity and productivity. It made me feel like, yeah, you weren't taking no losses. You look at, came to a point in your life where you was like, you know what? I'm not for losing. I'm all about winning. And the route that you were on may not have been giving you that at that moment. So you, like myself, had to kind of, change your path so that you can get on a better, more founded, structural winning path like that which we are on. And so that's what that's where it came from. That's where the topic came from. And I just wanted to tap into that. I mean, like Morgan said, he said, there's really no such thing as losses. You learn from them. I mean, what do you get from that? How do you feel about that?
That's what I was about to say. Like, far as losses is something that you can't get back. You feel me? So I just be looking at shit in my life as obstacles. It's not a loss. You get what I'm saying? Me going to prison, it wasn't a loss because who knows if I would have stayed on the street, I would have lost my life. You feel me? That's a
Wow.
loss. That
Yeah.
bad. But I went
That's
to
deep.
prison. That looked at as it saved my life. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It showed me the bottom where I can be and where I don't want to go back. And after time, I went back, and it took up for me to really be like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. So that's not a loss. You get what I'm saying? Did I lose time on the streets? Yeah, but I could have lost my life on the street. You get what I'm saying? So
Right. Right.
I everything, and even now, right now, today, I still have obstacles I have to overcome, and it's a loss if I give up. If I give
Mm.
up, I can't get that shit back. So that's a loss. But if I keep going, I'm learning from that shit. I know how to navigate around it. So that if that obstacle later on in life come again, I know how to adjust. I know how to get around it. You get what I'm saying?
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, man. And you wasn't lying about, you got a team that's with you that's winning. And matter of fact, we kicking on 2025 with, like I said, y'all gonna see four authors grow. Y'all gonna see be more mindful grow. So today, my guest brought along with him two of his own guests, and so we're gonna bring them into the show, and we're gonna get more into this about taking losses. So I want to give you a chance to introduce your peoples who you got with you. I know Ink is one of them, and got Wave on backstage. Just tell us a little bit about who we're about to bring on real quick.
All right. Well, I got people that I really deal with, and like how you said with the losses, I took losses for as friends and family. So with that being said, it's like a lot of people didn't believe in what I had going on, which made me not really give a fuck about what I had going on until I got my girl and she believed in me. And then I started
Mm,
meeting, traveling state to state. And these people that you about to bring in, not even from Baltimore, you know what I mean? They
right.
from DC, DMV area, and it for a while it was you know the history between that. You get what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
So
yes, yes.
for them, they're like I go in their house and eat with them. They deal with my kids. You feel me? So it's bigger than just yeah, this somebody I'm cool with off the internet. I met them off a line. I met them going to the shows and building a
Mm,
relationship. That's Mystery Inc. I deal with him, his wife, and his kids. New Wave. She don't have no kids, but I'm always down her house, and she out DC. And that Power Play Bobby, that's the other dude in there. He from PA. You feel me? They support me and do support me whatever. If I hit them and say, "Yo, I need you for this," all right, bet. If they can't, they got me. You know what I'm saying? So
wow, that's what's up.
like to be on your
Yeah,
platform, I'm like, shit, I can bring y'all on this platform. You get what I'm saying?
I appreciate. I appreciate. So I'm gonna bring them on. I'm gonna bring them on to the stage. Everyone, please welcome Mystery Inc. Bullies and New Wave. I thank y'all for
What
joining the
up,
show.
though?
Hey,
My
how
name is
you doing? How you
Anesty.
doing?
What's
Anesty
goody?
means she belongs to me. So I thank you all for joining my platform and allowing this time for me to belong to you in this space. Again, this is strictly a straight conversation. We trying to tap into the culture, let them know like mindfulness is where it's at, and that these barriers that we go through in life, everyone goes through them, and some of these people that my thing is we look at the big wigs, we see the people that made it, and no one really shows the journey. So, I just felt like, for those out there who trying to make it, we don't realize that the journey comes with so much, and that if I could just show people that we're all in this journey together, then we can get there with, sound, mind, body, and soul. So, thank you all for joining the show. If
Yeah.
y'all have just joined the show, y'all would know that the topic is take no losses. And so,
Okay.
Four Way wanted to bring y'all on. I just wanted to tap into that. I mean, let me start with you. And what do you feel about take no losses, like in life? Is there really a loss, or is there a lesson? What's up with that?
First off, life is never. Let me rephrase it. Life is full of lessons. Everything we go through, we learn from the good, the bad, the in between. You know what I'm saying? Everything above and that. Now, the outcome of everything is not always good. We don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But we also have good outcomes, and you more so hear about the bad outcomes over the good. You know,
Mhm, mhm,
that's the about the people when they find $100, but you just see them with new stuff, or you know what I'm saying, see them going to spend stuff. When somebody go through something, everybody and their mama hear about that.
mhm,
Honestly, I just feel as though it's more so about the person, more so about their energy. A lot of people carry around negative energy, and that plays a major part in their life.
mm, mm. I totally agree to that, and I think that's something that we kind of we subconsciously do to each other in life. Even as a parent, I had to change the way that I interact with my children to realize that I was given negative, and that will was the result in a lot of the negative that I was receiving, and so I had to learn how to implement what I wanted back, which was implement things in a positive way, like instead of always talking with negative words, saying you can't or don't or not, tell them what they can. And instead of always speaking with and I want to chastise them, give them times where I can praise them. So, you definitely hit it there with people just being able, being the type to harbor and negative energy. And so that's how they operate and act, and it kind of domino effects throughout life. Wave, I'm glad to have another female on the show. Tell me, what do you think? As a female, you don't have children, but I'm pretty sure there are experiences in your life where you had to ask yourself, hey, wait, did I just take a loss or did I learn a lesson? What do you think?
Yeah, I think a lot of times we go through life victims of our own interpretations and perspectives. And however you digest something is typically how it's going to settle in your stomach, if that makes
Mm,
any sense. So if you go through life looking at every time you fail and every time something doesn't come out quite the tone of what you expected, then yeah, you're gonna always go through life thinking that you failed. But if you change your perspective on your experiences, then you realize that those losses aren't really losses. Those losses are lessons. Those failures are redirection. Things of that nature. It's just all a matter of how you're going to digest what happens to you. We could stay under a rain cloud, or at some point we can stick on a hat or an umbrella. You don't got to just sit there and get soaking wet.
yeah, I like that. I like that. I like those analogies. I definitely
For
do.
sure that.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all contribution to this conversation. I appreciate y'all coming on the platform and supporting Four Way. Just to get into more about what you all are doing together. If you don't mind, Wade, tell me what it is exactly that you do, and your contribution to the world that Four Way deals with, and then after she speaks, Ink, if you don't mind doing the same thing.
No problem.
Okay. Well, you know what I do is can change at any given time at any given day, but the gist of it, the tone of it, basically resembles that. I mean, I am a breeder. That was how I initiated my company with two dogs that I had planned to keep as pets and possibly breed, which I have bred, and I've bred other dogs. I'm now on my, I hear it's the second generation, but it's always some rebuttal in the dog community as to when you get to a generation or not. But I
Yeah.
breed something a little fresher than your average bulldog. Even though
Mhm,
they are classified as breed as English bulldogs. I do both show quality, pet quality. That's the breeding part of it. But once you get into the breeding part, I mean, any of these guys on the panels can tell you there's a pretty hefty back end expense associated with that if you're going to do it intelligently and do it the right way. It's almost like a planned pregnancy that is a
Mm.
difficult pregnancy. So imagine if not only you had the time to ovulation, but now I got to go through in vitro and all these other things to get pregnant as well. So that
Wow.
can create some expenses. So I've always had an affinity for animals. I've always been able to learn and teach myself things quickly. And I just am like a wealth of random knowledge and just taking classes. So that's what I did. I educated myself. I took some classes. I got a lot of equipment, you know, and I started to curb my
Hey.
back end expense. And then people see what you're doing. Um, and, they believe in your process because that's really what it is. We all have the same goal, but the
Right.
process and the protocol to getting to that could differ from all of us.
Okay.
And that's where you really find out where you want to do business and who you want to be around. My contribution to four way is just to do what I've been doing all my life, just be a solid individual that has good ideas and does good business. I got a habit of just saying some stuff, and then a week later four way be like, well, yeah, I did this you know
I love it.
but
I
I
love
always
it.
believe sometimes God will put people in your life to take ideas from you.
Mm-hmm.
People come into your life to take ideas from you to teach you a lesson
Yeah.
on how to, cherish and how to protect your vision. And other times you put people in your life that, actually say, nah, we're gonna breathe some life into this. We're gonna put some breath into this. So
Right. Right.
thank God I'm dealing with at least a couple people on this panel that, like to help to build the foundation and the structure. They don't just start one and then run off and do the other one they own. So
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I definitely understand that, and I have a fear in my corner too, so I know that feeling. I know what you're talking about. Like, thank goodness you just got a faith, like they say, the faithful few. That's there to
yeah,
help
yeah,
hold
you
you up
keep your
with
circle
your pillars.
small, man.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
I keep my circle small every time.
Yeah. You have to keep it fine tuned. You got to keep it small.
You
Also to
can't
get out
watch
of
all
hand.
them moving parts, man. I believe in the concept of synergy. Like I come from a
Yeah.
background of sales. That's what all this stuff is back here, back when I was doing sales and stuff.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
believe in the
Yeah.
concept
Definitely.
of synergy because you're gonna get to your goal faster if you can have more people just focused on the goal of making one thing work.
Definitely. Yep. Yep. Ink. Go ahead. Give us some of what you
Yeah.
got. Tell us
What you,
your thought.
hold on 1 second, Trey. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. What you
No,
want
I
me to
just, I
start
just,
with? My contribution to four way? What
yeah.
you got going on? I can start with that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start with saying, loyalty lies, and then, what I'm saying, other than that, just support. Like that's one thing when I met him, he started showing me support and energy, what I'm saying, from day one. What I got from day one is what I get now times 10. You know what I mean?
Got
And
you.
it's not
Got you.
just towards me, it's towards my whole family. You know what I mean? So it's only right that I do right by him and show him, what I'm saying, the same thing towards his.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now,
So full way. I
uh,
mean, you brought part of your team on, and I guess I want to be able to ask you this, right? With you having support here, what is something that you would tell people, about having support? What is and trying to be a winner? What is something that sticks out about having support? Because you got people here be like, oh, I'm a make it. I'm self-made. I'm a one man army. I don't need nobody. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? You're the first person who I can really say, like, not only did you say, I had support, you literally brought your support to the podcast, to the screen, and we see it, we hear, and we physically, know it's there, it's true. So what can you tell people about support and winning?
Buzz with the support. That support. A lot of people will have support at the
open the
beginning
car.
or not have support. Might start off without support, and then you might get a couple people that might. If it's always a one-way street, how much
Mm,
support you before you gonna support me? You feel me? So that's why I told you I have people that support me and I support them just as much. You get what I'm saying? It
right.
don't matter if it's I just want you to pull up so I can holler at you. You get what I'm saying? Come smoke a blunt with me or come eat dinner with me. I'm going to do it because that's what you want to do. So I'm going to come support you. You get what I'm saying? It might seem small, but to that person, that's big. So I don't try to be one way, because when they get one way, then your support will die off, and then you by yourself, and then what? Ain't no fun at that by.
Yeah. I always
Ain't no
thought, I
fun
always
at the
thought it
top
was
or the
weird, right?
bottom by yourself.
Yeah, I always thought it weird when people say it's lonely at the top, because me personally, I just don't get it. I always say, if somebody says lonely at the top, it's because they standing on top of everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like how I look at it, right? How I look at it, when you normally look at success, and you think of the pyramid, and you got that person at the top, then it kind of break down to 2 or 3 or 4. I'm like, that's why it's lonely at the top, because on your way at the top, you stepped on all these people to get there, and they
That's what
underneath
I was
you.
just
And
about to say. How many people did you have to go to step on, or how many people did you have to go through just to get there to the top?
That go
yeah,
to
You
Well,
didn't dealt with multiple
let's be
people.
honest now. We all got to build our own personal pyramids in some respect,
You
because
right?
when you go out here interacting with the average human being, there's no textbook, there's no instructions. At some point in all of our lives, we interacted with somebody the wrong way, and now
mm.
we know better when we interact with somebody else.
And
So
that
we
takes
all
us
learn
back
from
to
myself. That can also be considered standing on top of somebody else to get to where you are. These are all building blocks and stepping stones. So don't be ashamed of being
Okay.
at the top by yourself if you got there the right way, and that's what God's called you to be, up at the top by yourself. But at the same
that.
time, I tell people, whether you got it all or you got nothing, it ain't no fun.
I'm
And whether
saying,
Yeah,
the business is booming or ain't nobody hitting that phone, your ass is gonna be overwhelmed. You hear
And
me? I
that
done
take us
seen
back
both
to the beginning.
sides.
That take us back to the beginning, which you with the main question that you asked is life. You know what I'm saying? Do you take L's or you take lessons? Like you said, you learned that right there was a lesson that she just taught.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
well,
think that one of the
I,
I
I
think when
be
it
re,
comes to loss is one. Go ahead, speak. Go ahead.
I
Full
be
what
re,
you say?
long as we ain't in the same lane, everybody be at the top. Like Wave got what she got going on, Ink got what he got going on, I got what I got going on, you got what you got going on. You feel me? We all at the
Right,
top of what we want to do. We all at the top at the
right,
same. We ain't in each other way. You know what I'm saying?
right. I totally agree. And yeah, what I was just getting ready to say, I think when it comes to lessons, right, in the human experience, I think one of the most relevant lessons people learn is come from dealing with others, dealing with, whether it's business relationship, family relationship, or significant other. Despite the relationship, I think when it comes to feeling like, did you lose something, whether it's time, money, emotions, I think you most experience that dealing with other people. So with that in mind, I try to go through life when I get through a certain relationship, or things don't go the way I originally planned with relationships. I try my best not to look at as if I lost time or anything. I don't like regret. One of my biggest things in life is to not live with regret. I try my best to find out what lesson that I should have learned from that particular relationship. How often have y'all experienced that? Like, when is the last time you had to learn a lesson from dealing with someone, whether it's intimate or whether it's business wise, whatever. But what was the last biggest lesson you learned from dealing with a particular person? Anyone before way. We can start with you for way, and then you can, trickle down from there.
All right, two things. I'm gonna ask me that question again, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
if it's possible, I drop down and you add Bobby on too, because Bobby another valuable person that I deal with. You feel me? And he got a good
Bobby was
platform.
in. He was backstage, but he stepped back out. If you tap in, I can add him because he was in. He was in, and then when Wave came in, he backed out.
Okay,
So
but
if you tell him jump back in backstage, I'll be glad to add Bobby. But yeah.
go ahead. What the question is? Go on.
So my question was, what is the last lesson that you learned from dealing with someone, whether it's a relationship like a significant other or business relationship, just dealing with the person, period. What was the last lesson you learned?
That last last lesson I learned is one, everyone is not you. You feel me? So you
Ooh.
can't into it with people expectations how you would carry something. So how I might give you my word, and my word means everything. You get what I'm saying? The next
Mm-hmm.
person not be like that. And then two is like I just rather deal with people that's more honest and can take the fact of me being real with you of not you not being honest. So I'm gonna call you out for it, and you can deal with it, and we can move forward. And opposed
Right.
to you mad at me because I called you out of not being honest. Yeah. So from my last bad encounter with a person is like from this point forward, if you only a yes person in my life, or I gotta be a yes
Yeah.
person, I don't want you in my life. Wave ain't
Yeah.
they gonna myself if I'm right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? And we gonna move
Right.
forward. I'm not mad at them. And it's the same
Right.
way, vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Wave in any of y'all got a lesson that you learned from dealing with someone directly, like a real lesson that's sticking with you.
I learned a lesson this morning. Huh, Wave?
What you
Mm.
learned this morning?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I learned that I
Boss on
learned
your
that
way. You do that shit yourself.
man, and that
What you learned
wait a
this
second, wait a
morning?
second. I learned that people don't cherish items, possessions, even people,
Mm.
you know what I mean, as you do. I learned that people's words don't always be meaningful or hold as much power as yours may.
Mm.
Like she said, if you want something done, you do it yourself. If you want to hold on
Mhm.
to something, you hold on to it. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, I'm trying to grab my charger. Bye. Go
You
sit
good?
down.
You good? You good?
Um, so I ended up getting put in a situation with one of my dogs that I didn't want to
Mm.
be placed in, that I would never want any dog to be put in.
Wow.
Um,
Sorry to hear that.
so long story short, the dog is still alive, thank God.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I just won't let anything else go,
Mm. That's yeah.
pretty
I've
much.
been there. I experienced both of you are definitely tapping into hitting it. Been there and done that. You know.
Yeah.
So Wade, tell us, Wade. What about you? Like, what's the last lesson that you learned from dealing with someone? That,
I'm a
you
whole
could have chosen to
female.
take
What
it
you
as a
trying to
law,
have?
but
A
you
Mary J.
learned
Blige moment up on this joint? But it's always a lesson to be learned out here with these streets, messing with these daggone with somebody's son. But aside from that, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just gonna say we can have a whole Mary J. Blige moment, or we can, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to daggone it. One
I
of the
love
things that I know
it.
just in my professional relationships dealing with clients is that everybody don't deserve those. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Just to keep it kind of uniform without, you know what I'm
No,
saying, hitting nobody's,
I
you know what I'm
get you.
saying, soul cord. But yeah, everybody don't deserve dogs. And it's evident, and a lot of times because I am the hood vet or whatever, they think that a lot of things that um would cause them to get, in real trouble at a normal licensed vet, they're gonna escape, that scrutiny with me. But, that's not necessarily the case. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I'm not like your doctor. You can't come in there smelling like weed and tell me that you don't smoke or drink when you have to
Yeah.
fill out your questionnaire. You're gonna tell me the truth so I don't have to waste no time in here treating this dog. You're gonna tell
Right.
me the truth, or you're gonna tell the Humane Society the truth.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
one? I'm
that
not gonna
part.
call them,
That
but
part.
one of us is getting this true story.
Yeah.
So but I mean, other than that, you know what I'm saying, I would just say one of the other biggest lessons is that I've learned is that everything does not deserve a response. Ignorance is truly bliss. Now, I'm not telling
Ooh,
nobody to go out here and be an ignorant person, but if somebody is saying something about you and you're not hearing it, damn it, let it not be heard. What somebody thinks about you is not your business. Like, one of the things
mm,
that kind of really, you know what I'm saying, turns my gears over here is like when I'm living my own footloose and fancy free English bulldog mom, you know what I'm saying, dream,
yeah,
you know, and then
yeah,
somebody calls me to tell me about something they think somebody might have said or somebody might have posted. I'd be like, come on, man. See, that's why I don't follow them. Damn it, they can put whatever they want on their page, and I can put whatever I want on mine. And if I'm not bothering them, like it's just that grinds my gears, man. It's a
mm,
reason why I don't know certain things. I'm not an ignorant
right,
person,
right.
but there's a reason why I don't seek out knowledge of negativity.
That's
That's
right.
some ignorant
That's
stuff to me.
yeah,
I don't need to
yeah,
be knowledgeable of your negativity. You can be negative over there,
yeah.
and I can make up the story just like you've been doing.
That's what's up. So yeah, man, the conversation's going great, and I like I like the food, and I'm telling you, it's like dinner to me. This is always like dinner to me. I have my show. What's going to happen is after the show is over, I'm gonna go back and probably watch this like 30 times. I'm not exaggerating. My kids can tell you, I make them stick with it
We,
because
we,
every
else-
time I watch the playback, I learn more and more. Yeah.
we got Bobby popping back in. We ain't finished.
Oh,
I
where he
thought
at?
I
Where he at?
ain't
Let me
gonna
see.
lie. I was a
you bring
little I was a
Oh,
little
he there.
camera shot till
Oh,
my
okay.
people got in here.
Let me see. Bobby, if you was backstage the whole time, I ain't know. I didn't know.
Bobby,
Look,
what's
you look like
Ten
you
happening?
disappeared.
twin.
Hey, am I in?
We
What's
was
up,
together.
y'all?
We
What's
made
up,
Hey,
y'all?
look,
What
if
it
you was
do,
backstage
Bobby?
the
Hey,
whole
what's
time,
up,
it looked
man?
like
How
you
y'all doing
disappeared.
tonight? How
Yeah,
y'all
just
doing?
went to the
Ten
top.
twin.
What's up, man? How y'all doing
Shout out to
tonight?
Full Way for turning this episode into a party. I appreciate. That's
Man,
what's
it's
up.
a family
That's what's
affair.
up. Um,
Bobby. You can introduce
That's
yourself
what
and
I
tell me.
love. That's what I love. And that's definitely one
All
way
right.
to not
Hey,
take
how I
losses
get
is
my
definitely
screen
make it a
bigger?
family affair.
How you get your screen
I
bigger?
don't know.
Did they give you the same amount of real estate they giving us, Bobby? You got to find
Oh,
Right.
that
okay,
out, Ten
okay.
twin.
Everybody's screen the same
Hey,
size.
Ten twin.
Your screen don't get
hey,
bigger when you
for
talk,
hey,
Bob.
Wavy Wave. What's up, man? What's up, Mystery
What up,
Ink? What's up,
though?
Four Way? How you
He like
doing,
how I
host?
get bigger.
Um, what's the name of our host?
Oh, my name is
uh,
Aneski. Aneski and a consent. Aneski means she belongs to me. So thank you for coming on, Bobby, man, real quick, because I love your energy. Tell us who you are, what you do, and show us and just tell us how you support Four-Way. What how you here for him right now. What's this all about?
You said tell you who I am, what I do, and what else?
And how you here to support Four-Way? Like, what's your connection to Four-Way? Because he's my guest
Okay.
for the day, and he's
All
gonna
right.
tell us.
So, how you doing tonight, Aniki? So first off, I'm Power Play Bobby. Uh, I breed and show dogs. I'm the owner of currently the best white dog in the world, the most viral dog of 2025. Check the stats. You think I'm lying? Four way. That's my
Okay.
brother, man. That's my dog. That's really one person that since I met him, been a genuine dude. We talk outside of dogs, and you know what I mean. We just got a good connection. That's somebody that uh I really genuinely got nothing but love for. I mess with heavy. Same with Wave. Yeah, I mean Mystery Inc. We busted up a couple times, but I really ain't have a chance to build that connection with him. But yeah, I mean as far as Four Way and Wave, I could say like them is two people like regardless. Even Mystery Inc. I see them out in public. They ain't with no dog shit. I'ma always speak, show love. You know what I mean? But like I said, Four Way, that's my dog, you know what I mean? I seen what he did. I seen the work he been putting in. He see the work I put in. It's heavily acknowledged on both ends. That's somebody that, hey, he give it when it's due. You know what I mean?
That's the
I
truth.
mean, we just trying better to breed,
That's
build
the
the
truth.
best way possible. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I love
yeah,
what
yeah.
y'all doing. I love what y'all doing. Yeah. I love the family aspect. I love the contribution and the support that y'all giving to each other. I love the display that y'all putting on right now. What y'all putting on is something great. Y'all showing togetherness. Y'all showing. I mean, y'all like you said, y'all coming from different cities, aspects, and environments and everything, but y'all got one common goal. Y'all got one common love, and I love it, man. That's why I personally want to thank y'all for what y'all doing. I want y'all to keep going, keep being a pillar in each of y'all communities and y'all families and whatever you're doing that's bringing positive and productivity. Somebody's watching. I'm one of them, and I'm gonna try my best to support y'all the best I can. And I just thank y'all for being y'all. Thank y'all for doing what you do.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
man, for
you.
Nah, no
sharing your
problem.
heart.
Appreciate the
Appreciate us a lot of
opportunity.
love.
For sure.
So, Bobby, you just jumping on. We get ready to go into our next segment, and I'm not sure how much of the show you watched and what you really know about the show. Please, y'all, make sure y'all help me get my likes up, my subscribers up. You guys, this is a passion of mine. It's very important to me that we as a culture understand the importance of being in line, mind, body, and soul. I think the more that we get to tapping into the mind, we'll start seeing changes, not just in the lives and internally, but all around. It's going to spread out like a ripple effect. But so be more mindful is again a podcast, an open forum for conversation on mental and social barriers. I bring up topics and I dive in from a hardcore aspect. You come in, you say what you need to say. We live by four simple rules that scroll across the bottom of the screen. LOVE. We listen to one another. We speak openly. We view each other's individual thoughts, and then we end in peace and love. So one part of the show is I like to call experts versus experience because we live in a world now where mental health is real big and everybody's talking about it and they're pushing us to go see these experts. And me, this show started because I'm transparent. I have four mental health diagnoses. I'm diagnosed with PTSD, ADHD, and bipolar disorder, as well as anxiety disorder. And so, growing up, I'm spending, my life in and out of dealing with institutions and therapy and all types of
Bug.
things to medical field. My experience, I come to find out sometimes I just compare them from what my experience is as a person on this side versus what these people who get these PhDs, what they talk about. And so one part of my podcast, I just wanted to be able to expose that and bridge the gap. So for experts versus experiences, I always give a disclaimer. As everyone know, I do not have any type of PhD or no type of degrees that will consider the information I'm giving to be expert advice or legal advice. If at all you need any professional help, I advise you to seek those that are professional. Anything given here is all about conversation, entertainment, and enlightenment. So I always get a disclaimer before I go into my next segment. And so what I'm going to do now is I want to just read a short paragraph from a article I've read, and because I'm a publisher and an author, I like to give my information where I get my source from. So my source is from a website called TrueSelfGrowth.com. All right, and it is a article that was written on. It was updated on June the 24th in 2023, and it's basically the ultimate guide to stop feeling like a loser. That's what the actual subject of the article is about. And in it, it basically gives you the professional concept of feeling like a loser and how to overcome that concept. And one of it is, they talk about one of the steps is changing your environment, and then another part of the steps is removing things from yourself. So I want to come from that portion where it talks about removing, and it talks about removing the stereotypes. Okay, and I felt like this was pertinent to us because, of course, growing up under with our color and our culture, stereotypes is something that we face as soon as we are out the womb. So the article says, in your life, you'll find many stereotypes and ideas passing by. You'll find people who act like goddess and make their words sound like the goddamn truth so that they can be frightening enough and their words can be felt more as a truth. But hey, I'm here to tell you, life is so short to care about the stereotypes. Okay, and I just want to stop right there because when you're talking about dealing with lessons and losses, right, and feeling like a loser, I think one of the things we face as a culture, straight off the back, again, is the stereotype. So when you're growing up and you want to be something other than, what we're often told, of course, we're lazy, we're never going to make it out the hood, and the only way out is to sell drugs and do, we know what the vast array of stereotypes are. And when we feel like we can't meet those things, I think that kind of puts us in a mindset that, well, we're a loser. We're a loser because we aren't able to beat the statistics. Some of the other things is you hear is like you'll forever be a failure. There's no value to your dreams. You're
I
gonna always be a disappointment. Speak. I'm listening. So I
so
mean, just what
ch-
you feel about that.
chiming in on that, just from like what you're saying already is like, for me, the loser personality persona, feeling like all of that, it when you speak of coming from an environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless what environment you come from, it's always the people around you who play the biggest role. You know what I mean? Like, you could come from a street where you got people dying every day, every other day, but because the people in your home or the people you around is showing you something different, you don't necessarily end up part of the environment. You know what I mean? But
I do.
as for the
This
losses, is like the way it's being explained, and I'm gonna touch on this because is how you explained it. As soon as you start talking, it resonated with so many people that I used to be around, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
problem with failure is this: it has, in my personal opinion, is coming from a lot of the backgrounds we do. Failure is not the reason people feel like they lost. Failure is a part of life, and that's how you win more. Trust me, I failed a lot. You know what I mean? Like, um, a lot of failures have endured my life, and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
make me a loser. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But times I felt like a loser was the times the people around me made me feel like that. It was
Mm.
never self brought on myself, because if I'm sitting there with $0 in my hand and I don't have somebody else beside me with $100, $500, and they're making it seem like you're a loser because you have $0, that's not. So for me, I just feel like losing is a mind state that somebody could put you in, or it comes the same with a what lose being a loser and being what do they call that when you're like one of those people who just constantly need like reassurance or something. Like, it's like being a crybaby, you know what I mean? You take pity on
Right, right,
yourself.
right.
I had
Like playing the victim.
yeah,
but
you
all
playing
that
the
but
victim, like,
all that comes from manipulation though.
It's a
yeah, but
form
Regardless
it's
how you
of
look at it,
self
it's
manipulation
manipulate.
is a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's
You
yeah,
know,
manipulators in all shapes and forms, but only a few get spoke on. If
stop.
hypothetically speaking, no
Yeah,
disrespect, but
and we the last ones that get spoke on. We
yeah,
that's
self
what
we
I was
manipulating
about to
definitely,
say, and I
ourselves.
was
That's the
definitely
last
about to
person that I'm
speak
gonna
on
start
that.
cussing out. I'm gonna cuss out three of y'all before I do me.
yeah, for sure.
I was about to say that if you got no disrespect to anybody for what I'm about to say or none of that, but if you have a female in a relationship and if you see that the man is controlling the relationship and he's telling her who she can go out with, who she can talk to, what she can and work and all of that, he's manipulating her, and you'll see people
Mm.
speak on that. But the smaller things, like you said, you only hear about the being called a loser and all of that. They classify that as bullying, but that's still
Right,
a form of manipulation. They don't tell you that though. They just say no bullying. This can
right,
cause
Right.
this. This can cause that. It's people dying from everything, from being manipulated, from being bullied, from being lied to. You know what I'm saying? Abused. There's so much stuff going on.
right, right. I'm telling you, you guys are definitely hitting your head. For way, I'm telling you, you brought in the cavalry with this one, boy. Y'all got my wheels turning. Y'all definitely speaking to me. Y'all speaking to me in some of the best ways possible. I really like where y'all going at. Like, and y'all showing it. Y'all not only speaking it, but you're showing it just by being here on the show, supporting Full Way, and helping this conversation take place. The
Jay.
people around you really matter. Like you say, you really don't. Bobby, when you went there, like, I've been in a house with no money, one thing in the refrigerator, and I'm good. As soon as someone, like you said, soon as someone come around and start expressing, their thoughts to me is when I start to analyze myself and start to, start to feel uncomfortable and start to feel like a loser in a space that I was already winning at. So I think that
But
definitely
that's
plays
been
a
going
part.
on since kids.
We have to
Remember
be
your mama
mindful
buy
of
you a
it.
nice pair of shoes with little Ninja Turtles or something. You be happy as shit. Then you get to school, they be like, "Why you ain't here with them Payless shoes?" You be like, "Huh?
Oh, don't let them
Yeah.
light up.
You got Hello
Don't let them
Kitty
light
on it.
up.
You
And yeah,
look
don't let
nice
them
and
light up.
shit,
And you like
nigga.
them. And you like the colors. You know what I'm saying? You like all
Comparison
of
really
that.
is the killer of happiness. I don't know who said that,
But
but stop
soon as you
worrying
get
about
to
what I got
school,
going on so I can stop. Look, leave me alone. Let me live. That's gonna be my
soon as you
next
get to
I
t-shirt.
school,
mean,
everybody
Leave me
clowning you.
alone and
When
let
you
me
on your
live.
feelings, you don't want to wear them no more.
I
Bruh.
mean that is so true, man. I've been times, and I remember growing up. Like I went to school, I was feeling real good about myself, and then you get that one person they like, you like, oh man, now you ready to go home?
Oh,
You
this
on the
pause
suicide
up.
watch because you feel
Niggas had you
they
feeling
done hurt your
self-conscious
ego.
about your hair. I mean, come on now. Every fucking thing. Your
It's
size,
the
oh, you
truth.
ain't gained no weight, or you gained too much weight.
It's
Your
the
Hey,
truth.
skin, your
Oh
makeup. I'm like,
man,
I'm not listening to
back
none of
there
that
you
shit.
go.
I can't.
Yeah,
I got too
hey,
much
you
going
gotta
on.
simple
It's
your
too much going
mind.
on in my house for me to listen to all that.
Hey, what's up,
I
y'all?
have
My apologies. My
15 dogs or
apologies.
16. I keep losing count. But it's more than 10, goddammit. And they all in here.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Bible.
good,
We
Bob?
got
You
Hey,
you.
on
that's
here?
my
We
apologies,
fine.
man. So, hey,
Oh, good. Oh,
some
good.
stupid shit, man. Stuff.
It
No, it's all
happens.
good. It's all the form. Like I said,
So where we at with
But
it
you made a
now,
good
man?
point, Bobby. Ain't
Huh?
nobody really, like I said, it's been times like a kid will fall down and get up and be perfectly fine. But as soon as the parent get there, oh, you fell, they be like, yeah, you
start crying.
Yo,
so
it's
then
like
they got
it's a
boo
lot of
it's enabling
it's a
that
lot of
victimized,
the victim
mentality.
mentality is heavy in our community, and then we only want to play victim, or a lot of people only want to play victim when it pertains to certain situations. So that's like we lost people, we lose people to gun violence, right? What's the difference of when your homie go and kill somebody or the cop kill somebody like us? You know what I mean?
right.
It's
When and
damn. It's
this
damn. I can't believe
Don't
they
nobody
did that.
kill us
Oh,
like
yeah,
we
this
kill
people
us, but that's
everybody
a
say
different
damn I can't, but whenever
podcast.
people always say, right, an innocent life is an innocent life. If the police kill you and you're somebody that they deem as innocent, you could be whatever you wanted to be outside of that episode that the police killed you, right? I could have just killed 50 people that nobody knew about, but because the police killed me, those people who knew that, they're going to look past it and say, oh, the police killed him, right? But if you get a little kid on the block or a younger person on the block and somebody kill that kid on a straight bullet or something,
you
you
know how
not
much
going
publicity.
your homie is not going to get crucified for that. That's going to
Mm-mm.
stay under wraps because you don't want the backfire, you don't want none of that, you feel me? So it's
Mm.
like pick and choose your battles wisely, right? But don't expect me to be a part of your battle whenever it's convenient for you to go to battle. I'm a
For
warrior in real
sure.
life. I go to
For
battle at
sure.
every time. I know
Yeah,
people, I
I
know
like that.
people, I know people in jail for life, double life, triple life, because their
One,
morals
two.
wouldn't let them do what they needed to do to get out of a situation. There's somebody I know,
mm,
he would have been home, but he couldn't kill a kid. You feel me? And that's whenever
right.
your moral compass is somebody that you know you
Right.
like, all right, regardless what you do, you still can't take it this far. But you don't have people like that. And those are the people that people want to use. You want to play, it's off topic a little bit, you know what I mean? But it bounces
Right.
back to the victim mentality because you have people that'll be like, oh, there was no choice for this. But then on the other hand, if it happens a different way, you're going to be crying. You're going to be wanting people to do something. You're going to be, I had
Facts,
somebody,
All
facts.
you hear, all
People
you
want to
hear is free
benefit,
this
they don't
person.
even give.
all
All
you
you
hear is
hear is
free this
free this
person, or
person,
all you
free
hear
that
is,
person.
oh,
But you
fuck the
Yeah,
never hear
police,
about
fuck
what
this.
they did.
Yeah,
You
you
never
never
hear
hear
about the
nothing.
family or how they checked on the family to see if they were
You
still
don't hear
maintaining
nothing.
or trying to pick up the pieces from this and that.
One of the most valuable lessons I was taught, my mother passed away at 16. I was mad at the world. My football coach looked at me dead in my face and he said, "Everybody has a sad story. Are you
Mm.
going to let it continue to be a sad story, or are you going to change the tides?"
Mm.
You know how
Yeah,
many
that
people I
part.
know? Everybody sit there, and that's one of the first things they'll say is, "Oh, I've been through this. I've been through this. I've been through this." Bro, we all have been through something. You have to stop making yourself a victim, and that turns you into a loser. When you feeling like a victim, you turn it into a loser and all that, right? And people could say one thing I hate when people say, when people try to span mental illness into that, because if you really have a mental illness and you really have problems, right, you
Yeah,
not sitting there projecting that onto the world. You're in your own bubble, so nobody
yeah.
knows if you're really like that. And I'm gonna tell you from a personal experience. Like I said, my mom died when I was 16. When my mom was in her early 20s, she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. This woman woke up every
Mm.
day and fought for her life. But
And
she had
thank you
five
too, Lord.
kids that she raised alone, that she couldn't let us see her feel that. You feel me? So
It's all
I
good.
watched therapists, my mom fighting for her life. She's a every day she got had that thought like I might not wake up. What's gonna happen, right? She already went
Mm.
through had a lot of mental problems, mental fights and all that. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
when you see that shit and you know what's really there, and it takes for that person breaking down at a very, very weak moment for them. Because a lot of people don't know when
Right.
somebody has mental illness, a lot of people that really have that, they're strong as fuck for it until they can't be no more. And you don't know until that breaking point is there unless you're blessed to
Yeah.
catch it. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo,
Speak on it.
that doesn't lead to somebody being weak. That doesn't lead to somebody being a loser. You know how strong a mind has to be to stop wanting to hurt yourself? A mind has to be to stop
Yeah.
wanting to hurt somebody else? Yo, there's so
Yes.
many thoughts
Yes, I
that go
do.
through your mind, and your
When they
mind
say
telling you to do it. You getting every reason why it's okay to do it. And you gotta tell
Yeah.
yourself that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's not
Right.
all right. And
when they
Can't take
say
me
you
up.
never know, my bad, Bobby. When they say you never truly know what a person is going through, that shit is real. A
you
lot of
never
people be
know.
going through shit and they walk around smiles on their face, happy go lucky, helping people, just carrying on with their days. But deep down inside, be crushed, be at their
Right.
final straw, be walking on glass, ready to give up. But it's something that just keep tugging them along and just keep on pulling them, helping them maintain and just get through that.
So look, bro, this is my question to that. So you just answered it like that, and ain't none of us saying this. So this is what I want to know. How can somebody call that being weak? How could somebody say that's playing a victim? How could somebody say anything negative about that when you have to have that strong mentality? So you can't tie that into that. Bring it to the
Yeah.
I
point of you can't tie
okay.
that
I
into
definitely,
somebody who feel like a
So
loser.
okay,
I
so
agree.
me personally, I only can speak on true experiences. So
Right.
everything that I just came out and said out my mouth, I spoke about me. You feel me? So with
Mhm.
that being said, I kind of not to throw nothing out there, but like this is how I got into dealing with dogs. I was you know what I'm saying, battling with my kids, trying to gain custody of my kids, wasn't seeing my kids. Time went on. 2 weeks turned into 6 weeks. 6 weeks turned into, you know what I'm saying, 6 months. Years started going by. So then I was fighting for my kids. So instead of me having my kids there, I tried to fill that void with dogs. You feel me? And
Mm.
then that's how the passion came about. Because at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was just breeding dogs just to do it. But then I started, you know what I'm saying, loving them and caring about them. So it became like a passion. So after that,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? When like I'm a full-time dad now. You know what I'm saying? I got
Congrats,
my
congrats,
kids.
brother,
I got
congrats.
Congratulations. Yeah.
chill
Thank
out.
you.
Chill out. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Like I'm a full-time dad and I still got my stop. Put it down. Sorry, y'all. Still got the
No.
other kids that I get, you know what I'm saying, as ordered. But get off. I'm sorry. Get you know what I'm saying, as opposed. So
Well, you
with that
said
being
full
said,
time.
with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like now, Each kid has a dog,
Oh
and it's
wow.
quite a few. Ain't a lot, but it's enough.
Little team.
Okay.
But so like it was dad, and then I dealt with the loss of my grandparents. My grandparents played a major part in my life. They played a role of my parents. So losing them, uh, what, literally 8 months apart from each other, that really broke me down tremendously. So as I felt like I was gaining something, meaning when I won the stuff with my kids, I felt like I was doing good. That happened. So then that broke me back down. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was crushed. I couldn't give up. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Life just felt like it was a struggle at that point. I felt like I ain't have nobody to talk to. The person I would call when I messed up was doing good, doing bad, wasn't there. Would call voicemails looking
Mm.
for a response, you know what I'm saying? Or just to hear that voice of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't there. So that right there was just like heartbreaking, was literally crushing me. But I had my kids to keep
And
me
that's
going, had the
crazy.
dogs to keep me going. So that's how I dealt with my state.
I was about
That's
to say that's
solid,
crazy
bro.
because your story definitely still ties into the subject. Like you said, even from a loss, thinking of loss from the aspect of, and you and Bobby both spoke on losing, loved ones, and I'm fortunate to have not crossed that bridge in my life yet. I have both of my parents are alive, where I can still interact with them. But even with that, looking at loss from an aspect of losing a parent, a loved one, or grandparent, those a caretaker, someone like you said, that person that's been there, that solid rock, or that person that you've always been able to turn to. Even that, even going through that, how you were able to cope with that, and use breeding dogs, dealing with dogs as a way to help you cope with going through that, as well as dealing with not being able to see your children or deal with your children in the way that you wanted to. All of that comes from a point of strength, first mentally, and then eternally, from having to actually take the action of doing the steps to maintain. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure came out in this episode is endurance. People having to understand that best way to not take a loss is to endure that which you think you're losing.
Yes,
If you get
yes,
what I'm saying, if you can endure what you think you are losing, then you win. You can't fail. You can't lose anything because you made it through uh such a trying struggle, time. And excuse me for it's just, I get sentimental when I think about people that have lost parents, because my mom just turned 70. My mom and dad just turned 70, and it's getting at that stage in life where it's like it's scary for me, because it's like, it's most of the people around me now have kind of been through it, and even my children have suffered, losing a parent. My daughter lost her dad unexpectedly a few years back, and it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I know that when that time comes, I'm gonna have to endure. I'm gonna have
yeah,
to endure. I
of
just don't,
course.
I don't see me not being able to survive, physically, if I allow my mind to be taken over by that process. And like I said, I've
Yeah,
gone through it, and I admire people. People just don't know. I admire them who have been able to go through that and still y'all speak so strong, on the subject. Not only that, y'all encouraging other people, you support people, y'all is carrying on with your businesses and your lives, and I admire things like that. So, and
yeah, and
especially
I
want to give a
think
shout real quick before I forget, because I'm dads. I love you guys. Full way, you already know what you do when it comes to the kids and your boys. And I'm glad. I always want to take the time to uplift our kings, especially our kings that are in the position, when you're dealing with children. We have so many stereotypes of deadbeats, and like our men ain't shit, or like they all, and I know
I thought he was about to go down.
nice, strong handful of men who can put those stereotypes to bay. Like, no, we got some great fathers out here, some strong men who take on not just the role of the men. I know some single fathers who do their damn thing. So I just want to thank you for way any brothers out there, men, kings who are prevalent in their children's lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We support you, we love you, and don't ever stop fighting. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
The live about this podcast about to be over.
It is, guys. We actually running over, but the good thing about
it.
owning your own show, you get to do what you want. So I say, hey, if the
Oh,
conversation's going good, I like it. I am about to wrap up. Four way, real quick. Before I get to wrapping it up, just can just speak on anything? You definitely were the special guest, and I appreciate you bringing your network on, showing everybody how to not take losses when you got a support system like you do. So can you just speak
Go
on
and plug
some
it.
things just real quick from the subject, just so we can hear your voice and have your presence in this show completely.
Yeah, I was listening to y'all, right? It just great a lot of people stuff that I do. So like talking about says my mother pops got a show right there in the back window. He watch. Feel me? Motherfucking you was saying about you can't fathom the thought of losing your parent. I got a mother that I ain't even talked to in 5 years. You feel like she alive and good. You know what I mean? So they be like a lot of people go through shit and you never know. Like you never know what. It's just how you and like I told you at the beginning, oh peace. You know what I'm saying? When I go to nobody there is my family. Cause like none of them is
Mm,
my whole the real me. You get what I'm saying? These all people that I met and they all from different places. I got on here with you today. All of them is from different places. You know what I mean? They ain't my blood brother. That ain't my blood sister. That's not my blood brother. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like everybody with shit differently.
right.
And me supposed to sitting here and just faking it. I delete you out my life. I replace you with somebody else. So I got a real brother. Not-
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what I mean? I got a real sister. But you life, you're not supporting me is one way. You know what? I replace you. You know what I mean? So I just deal with anybody that's negative. I just reply out of it. Move. I ain't got time to sit there and dwell and get in a dark place depending on got a lot of people depending on me to get in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't get you know what I mean advice that I can get somebody supposed to get and that shit with you had 2 years.
Uh, my signal getting a little unstable. Must be my time to go. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up just because I don't want us to
Nah, appreciate
start
you.
lagging.
hey, before we
See,
jump off, I'm gonna give y'all a closing sentiment right here, man. This is
let
for
me
our
see.
people. This is for all people. When I say our people, I mean all people,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
Love one another
Yeah, definitely.
and build together. When they say it take a village, bro, that's more than children. You feel me? If you see somebody struggling, even if it's shoveling some snow, go help them. Change that person
No,
day. You feel me?
don't
Don't
just look.
Hey, be the change that you want to see. You feel me? I live by that and I try my hardest. Be the change that you want to see. You feel me? Be the change you want to see, man.
Definitely appreciate you for letting me in on your spot.
Definitely.
I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this. I was a little camera shy till my people got on here.
I appreciate everyone that came on. And just to let y'all know,
Hold on. Y'all going live?
Yeah, let's go live.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live and describe this rap while I'm doing spit.
All right, I'm on that.
Hey,
Yeah,
all right, y'all.
All right.
So
Blessings.
I
I'm
definitely appreciate you, fam.
I'm
Stay
gonna let
safe.
y'all tap out before we before you get out of here.
All
Thank
right,
you
wait.
again, Wade. Thank you, Ink. Before
All
you get
right.
out of here, don't forget. I definitely want to get my mindful thoughts from you guys. From for you and me. Let's see. All right, man. That was so dope. That was dope. That was a dope experience. That was the first time for Three More Marvel podcast right here, 2025. That's how we kicking it off. My guest Full Way brought his support on board, his family, letting us see how you can't take no losses when you got people who ready to tap in with you whenever you pick up the phone. I want to thank you for that. That was a great show. I hope everyone who watches gets
I
something
just
out of it. I know I definitely did.
15 minutes before the podcast start.
And yeah, definitely. 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and they tapped in, and the conversation was excellent and well needed. I thank you so much. So we get ready to close out. We're going to the last part of what I call our mindful thought of the day. And I want to come from an African proverb. Now, it's Swahili. It's a Swahili proverb. It says, to get lost is to learn the way. All right. My mindful thought this evening is simply as that. To get lost is to learn the way. Right. Everyone, life does not come with a handbook. We out here, we're winging it. We're just going off of what we experience and the actions of that and our emotions, and we're just traveling through life. So every now and again, we might find ourselves in what people consider to be lost. Just know that only you can get yourself unlost. Only you can find your way out. And in the midst of you finding your way out, understand that there was a lesson that you needed to learn. So that road that you took that made you feel lost, review, reflect, and see what it is exactly that you were supposed to learn. Because again, life doesn't come with a handbook. You got to take the lessons as you go. And just because you get lost doesn't mean you can't find your way. All right. So that's my mindful thought. Full Way, I'm gonna let you tell us your mindful thoughts so we can close out. I thank you again. Make sure you tell us also any events you got coming up and how we can follow you and support you on social media.
You can follow me Four-Way BULLZ with a Z. Four, the number four, WAYBULZ on Instagram. And the next event that I got coming up is March 29th. It's on my page. I'm a judge at the dog show and locked in. You feel me? And anything that I can say to anybody is fuck what's in the past is the past. You feel me? You gotta worry about now and continue to do you with or without support. And always be
Mm.
mindful of the ones that are supporting you, they need support too.
That's the truth. I thank you for coming on this show. Again, I'm back. First live show with me 2025. It was an awesome show. If y'all like this, make sure y'all subscribe, turn your notifications on. Check out any shows that was in the past. Don't fuck my shows in the past, show. What he said about the past meant for your past, not my shows. But in the meanwhile, make sure y'all tap into future shows. And Full Way, I will see you around. We gotta collab. We gotta do something, man. I gotta tap in with you. You doing big things with the dogs and with the kids. And so yeah, you got me in your corner. You already know. Thank you for showing up and showing out and doing what you do, man. Thank you so much. And to all your guests, I appreciate. I'm going to tap into them. Hopefully I'll have them back on individually. And like you say, who knows where this will go and grow. And other than that, I'm out. It's January 23rd, y'all. The last Be More Mindful of January. We'll pick back up the second Thursday in February. Y'all already know what the business is. If you know, you know. Check us out. And January 31st, y'all, I will be performing live. First performance of 2025. January 31st, Speak Life with my sister Shanice and my bro John. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets, $10. Follow me on Instagram. Y'all already know the business I'm going. I love y'all, Baltimore. Catch y'all on the flip side. Here we out.
Be More Mindful podcast is an open forum for conversations about mental and social barriers faced in urban living, while exposing the cultural arts and enlightening the community as to how participating in the arts can help cope with these barriers.